That's gone. Oops. Okay. A lot of us have been there, stopped along the side of a trail or path, looking at a random berry. Intrusive thoughts swirl in our head, and we wonder if can we eat this berry or not. It's a bit of a paradox because there's only one way to find out, right? Well, today I will be teaching you about three berry species in our area. I will be going over their habitat, their identifying traits, and the characteristics of these berries so that you can go out into the woods or into some of our local areas and try to find these berries for yourself. I love to berry pick. I've been berry picking since I was very young and lived in Alaska. I love to pick blueberries, and when I moved down to Idaho, I instantly fell in love with picking huckleberries. However, I'm not very familiar with the Southeast Idaho berries. So to become more familiar, I did a lot of research looking at the USDA's plant database. Today, I will be sharing three local edible berry species in the Pocatello area. I will first be going over golden currants, second Canadian gooseberries, and third and finally blue elderberries. So now that I've talked a little bit about what I will be discussing today, let's cover a plant, a berry that you might see growing along the side of the trail in spring. My first berries are golden currants. According to Walter Furtick, writer for the Forest Service's Plant of the Week, they grow from Canada down to California and west into North Dakota, Arizona, and Texas. They are very well adapted for our region's cold winters and hot summers, and they can grow anywhere from the dry hills down into some of the moister areas in the valley. Areas that you might be able to find them around the Pocatello region include Gibson Jack, Mint Creek, and Kemport Creek. Golden currants are very distinguishable. They can grow up to 5 feet tall, and they are covered in these flowers that are a very golden color. These flowers start to bloom in March and April, and according to Fertig, they are often one of the first plants to do so. So they are very easy to go out in the spring and be able to identify some of the plants to be able to go back in the fall and pick later. They develop from a light green color to a dark purple color. And according to the Missouri Department of Conservation, the berries are some of the best of any currants. They are great being used raw, preserved, or in desserts. And according to Fertig, that Native Americans have used these berries for generations as a valuable source of nutrients. So now that I've covered golden currants, I will now cover another berry in the ribes family. And despite its name, it doesn't just grow in Canada. My second berries are Canadian gooseberries. According to Jennifer Carey, author of Ribes Oxyacanthoides, they grow from Saskatchewan down into Utah and Colorado. And very similarly to golden currants, they can grow in both dry and moist areas. Some moist areas that you might be able to find them around town include along the side of ditches or fence posts. And general areas that you might be able to find them include the Portneuf River, City Creek, and Cusset Creek. Canadian gooseberries are very similar to golden currants in that they often grow up to 5 feet tall and have flowers that bloom early. However, unlike golden currants, they have tiny clusters of 2 to 3 white flowers. Not only that, but the stems are covered in spikes, and this is a very easy identifying trait. They are some of my favorite berries to pick because when you find one plant, you can often find many. The fruit grow up to be a ½ inch in diameter and go from a light green color to a red to dark red color. According to Delana Rose, author for Cabin Organic, they are great in canning, pies, or in desserts. So not only are Canadian gooseberries great for desserts, they also grow super well in our area. Now, to cover a berry that takes the sheer number of berries to the next level. My third and final berry are blue elderberries. According to Michael Stevens and Guy Neesons, authors of Blue Elderberry, they grow all down the West Coast. And they grow in more moist environments such as along streams or in like swampy areas. And in these swampy or stream areas, they grow in groups of up to 4 to 5 individuals, and this is important. However, in drier areas, they grow as individuals. Areas that you might find them include the Portneuf River, Mink Creek, and City Creek. They are a member of the honeysuckle family, and as a result can grow up to 13 feet tall. They have clusters of flowers on them that go and range in around 7.5 inches in diameter, and these flowers are covered in are made up of smaller little flowers. These can make hundreds of berries, so if you find a large group of blue elderberries, you can very easily fill up a gallon bag. According to Stevens and Neeson's, they are great for alcohol, jams, syrups, extracts, and desserts. And in the past, they have been used for traditional medicine. So not only do blue elderberries have a lot of uses, they just take the sheer amount of berries to the next level. Now to recap a little bit about what I've talked about today. I've talked about 3 local edible berry species in the Pocatello area. I went over their habitats, how to identify them, and their fruit, so that you can go out and find them yourselves. I first went over golden currants, second Canadian gooseberries, and third and finally blue elderberries. To finish up with a quote from Robin Kimmerer, author of The Service Berry. For me, the most important part of the word Bazakman is mint, the root for berry. It appears in our Potawatomi words for blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, even apple, maize, and wild rice. The revelation in that word is a treasure for me, because it is also the root word for gift. In naming the plants who shower us with goodness, we recognize that these are gifts from our plant relatives, manifestations of their generosity, care, and creativity.